Roots. So, and obviously for Dougie, thanks for facilitating the show. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in Levi Roots.
Okay then.
I'm going to mute off.
Okay then. Is it Levi? Is it there?
Hello?
Yes, greetings. Honorable Dr. Levi Roots. How you been, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay then, fantastic. Well, Levi, everybody's excited because we've been pushing the event and talking about you, you know, and Levi, I think you're going to have one of the biggest red carpets, you know what I mean, but just we can't find one big enough for you to walk on, you know, when you come down to the Park View, you know, because, you know, just hearing your journey, like as Muta said, from rags to riches, and you really is a phenomenal individual, you know, Levi. But I want to go straight to the church, Levi, because as you know that Dragon Den has really made you, in fact, you made Dragon Den very popular. But how's the Dragon Den changed your life since you've been on Dragon's Den? You know, what's been happening, you know, with your life?
Well, I don't think that has kind of in any particular way. I think what's happening is just really just it's gotten to know me. But I like to think in the same that most music action from Coxon days and when in the music and with Matic and you know and with my band and you know things like that. I think people that knows me would know that I haven't changed much. I still live in Brixton. I'm talking to you from where I've always lived.
Right.
I still see the same people, and there's nothing much has changed there. Half my business has taken off, but personally, I just think I'm just the same person.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I've seen you couple of occasions, you know, speaking at different events. In fact, you spoke at one of my friends' event called Sister, what's her name? Not Abdul, I can't remember his name. It was over Croydon. Someone I know very well. And what I get from you, Levi, you're very down to earth. You're very humble, you know, and you know, just an ordinary, you know, brother, you know, on the street, you know. So I personally, and many people find you very, but what I want to say is that
I think.
Go on.
No, I was gonna say, you know, you said about humble, and you know, I'm always, you know, being honest about that. And some people that will know me in my younger days will know I was not always as humble as I am now. So I always say I give thanks for the blessing in my later days when I'm able to kind of handle the situation in a better way. But I wouldn't be able to guarantee that the Levi Root you see now would be able to handle all this pain, you know, at those when I was in my 20s or 30s.
Well, I remember you gave an interview and you said that one of the things you want to be true, and when you approach the Dragons, that you just want to be truthful, you just want to be yourself. And I think with that now, I feel that the Dragons, particularly Peter Jones and the other one, they saw that sincerity coming from you, and they even said that you know it'd be a crime for you to leave without getting anything from the Dragons Den, you know. So I think.
Yeah, I mean, as all investors, you know, they have an eye to, you know, to see whether somebody can protect their money or protect their name or whatever connection they're going to have with you. And I think the Dragons Den is no different. I think they probably spotted that, you know, outbody that they've seen on the Den. This was something different. Here is this someone that was coming with this, as opposed to saying, you know, look at me, I'm the finished product.
That's
I can
right.
put my hands up and say to them that there's lots for me to learn, and I think that they like the honesty in that.
Well, this lead on quite neatly because I know that Peter Jones is one of your mentors, you know, and obviously he's had an impact on your business. So what's your relationship with Peter Jones as we speak right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, the best thing that I can say is that, you know, I share the same office as Peter, you know.
Okay.
So, and I don't see any other of his investors. I'm sharing an office with him. So if that says anything about our relationship, then hopefully it's a good thing.
That's absolutely. And you see, one of the things is that obviously, we're talking about personal development, and obviously, to be on the dragon's mindset, to be on the dragon's den, right? It takes some kind of mindset, and obviously you got to be among positive people and read positive books and so forth. But what books you recommend people to really read in terms of getting that kind of mindset and get them on the right track, and in terms of personal development? I mean, what do you recommend for us, Levi?
That's a controversial question, because I always have a controversial answer to that one. And I would say it's not about reading anything about history books or anything like that, which we love to do, especially as people of color.
Yes.
I love Marcus Garvey that says people without knowledge of his past, don't know where they're going. I think that's very true. But I do believe in this time we need to be thinking about the future.
Yes.
I think we need to be reading about books about entrepreneurialism, about business and enterprise.
Yeah, but this is what I was leading on to. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about.
I do think there is this easiness for us to be checking about our history and looking back about where we come from and about our past, and all this. When else is running ahead, thinking about the future. And I spotted this very early age. I wanted to read autobiographies about how other people has done it, and I read a lot about other people, other entrepreneurs, and managed to gain all their knowledge, and that's how I managed to be a success in business. It is about future thinking and learning about how other successes were. So
but that's what I was really talking about, really, in terms of personal development, in terms of what book you recommend, or CDs or DVDs people will be watching, and
Well, I think the only one at the moment that I should recommend is my own book, and it's called "You Can Get It If You Really Want." And people do see me as a success, or there is some sort of inspiration in my story, then I would suggest that if they would get that book, because I do try to explain everything of how I have managed to usurp myself from out of the ghettos of Brixton, and into shopping supermarkets of the UK. All those answers and questions are within that book.
Okay, I'm glad to see you mentioned that, because one of the sponsors, Sean Frickerton, he phoned in a couple of weeks ago and he recommended that book, and he says it's a very good read in terms of helping one to develop themselves and understand the whole thing about the mindset, and he kind of makes some quotes from that book there. So I'm glad to you bring it to the. Where can we get with that book then, Levi?
Sorry, say that again.
Where can we get a copy from the book? Where can we go?
On Amazon, you can get it on Amazon. We do it at my restaurant, the Caribbean Smokehouse. We do my books from there, but you can get it online.
Okay then. Another question I want to ask you, Levi, because you never just come up on the scene. As I said, you come through the sound system and etc. And earlier on, was playing some of your music. Is it Poor Man's Story was playing earlier on? Is it no Joe?
Yeah.
We played some of your early stuff when you was in Matic 16.
I wanted to share some light onto that, Levi, please.
Yeah, well, Matic 16 was the first band when I started out as Levi Roots. My first song, Poor Man's Story, was as Levi Roots. And then I wanted to do a bit more than that, more than just I was a DJ, so I formed the band Matic 16, and one of our greatest hits, one of the UK's greatest roots and culture song, which is Jehovah, which, as you mentioned, and I was privileged to be with some great musicians at the time, Buttons and his brother Patrick, to form the band and to have such great time.
Okay then, fantastic. Because I understand that you was with was it Nikki was it Sister Nikki Cultural Promotion?
Yeah,
Nikki and
Nikki and I had I always say that she's responsible for putting me in some of my greatest musical positions that I have in that relationship that we had for nearly 10 years. We traveled the world together. I was nominated for Mobile Awards while we, we traveled and had a great time in the music. So I give thanks for everything that she's done for me in the 90s and going forward of that. It's brilliant. And Free Your Mind album is still one of the most optimal albums in this country. And it was the times when she was my managing agent that we managed to do that.
Yeah. And now, Chris, I want to ask you, Levi, that because we have to salute you for your recent awards for your, what do you call it, the restaurant in Stratford. Restaurant in Stratford.
Well, it's a great thing because, again, the expression of the food and all that has to be about where you're from and where your thoughts is coming from. And I wanted people to understand my thought about Caribbean food is coming from not a restaurant point of view. It's coming from a restaurant. That's who I am, a Rasta man. And I put everything in my music as well as into my food. And I know people, I've seen the expression in the restaurant when they visit the Caribbean smokehouse.
So how long you been there? Just give us people how long?
Yeah, well, we're celebrating a year now. We opened last year, around about Christmas time. Been absolutely wonderful. Been and I'll tell you a little bit of statistic is that 60% of people that come to see us in my place actually come to Westfield just to see us. Whereas, all the other restaurants, the hundreds of restaurants in there, they rely upon people doing shopping and then, go see them. But we're a superstar. We just coming to Westfield just to eat at the Caribbean Smokehouse.
Well, the big question will be now, Levi, because we can't just call it Levi. We have to call it the Honorable Levi Dr. Roots. Is that yeah, that's the title we have to salute you with, my brother. Because everybody gonna come out in them best. And the question is now that because obviously I've been speaking to people and Supreme and Sister Juliet and so many people, and we're trying to paint a picture in people's mind, the value of why they need to come out, because it's not an ordinary person. This man just come from rags to riches and he's come to share his story with us, right? The question I'm going to ask you, Levi, is, and the big responsibility will be now, right? Why should people come to this particular event, this Saturday coming? So I want you to paint the picture in people's mind. Why didn't they come out?
Well, I think first of all, it's about networking. I think people are going to see that, and I think networking is perhaps one of the greatest ways for us to share business, ideas amongst each other, and one feed off the other, and when you get and so forth. I'm just be a part of that. And I remember when I started out, I never used to see networking as something special until I realized that's how I was founded, because I was at the networking thing actually I was there today at the Excel Center.
Excel, okay then.
Started for me. So I don't think I'm going to have anything special to say, because most of the stuff I'll be saying other people have said it before. But I think hearing it from me, as I said, and the way my life is kind of spiraled out, I think there's a lot of people like me who were thinking that their chance will never come. And sort of looking for that bit of inspiration, about that bit of knowledge that can propel them forward. If there's anything that I can say, then hopefully they can pick that up from hearing my story. Because even every time I talk about my story, even still I say to myself, Lord of mercy, it really happened. So hopefully the story can inspire people and say to themselves, look, if Levi Roots can do it, and especially when they hear how my life was, it can inspire to propel themselves over the little.
But I just want to jump in here, Levi, because I just want to see if I can get a teaser in terms of what you'll be saying, just a little teaser, in terms of.
Yes, I think one of the thing I'll be concentrating is about finance and business, because I think. Because especially as Caribbean people, we are the most entrepreneurial people there is, to start up a business. We start up a business quicker than anybody else. As soon as you slap your face, we start a business. But the key thing is always, can we sustain it?
Yes.
We don't keep it going worried for long. There is no problem in us getting diagnosed back. So, and I think finance is always that the heart of that. That you start out, you've got the great ideas, but you fall down because you don't have money. That's true. And that's something to be concentrated on, because I know that's a massive problem for everybody. But starting up a business, I don't think we have any shortage of that when it comes to character.
Yes.
It's not how to keep it going long term. That's the key thing.
Okay then. Well, Levi, Honorable Levi Roots, that's as you know, the working age groups, they're the ones responsible in terms of you know, pulling the strings together, and with Sister Juliet and her team, etc. And they're working with helping the homeless. In fact, they're having a bus, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the question I'm going to ask you, what's your thoughts on all of that? You know, in terms of a good idea, etc. I just want to get your perspective.
You know, helping hands, we all need that. You know, I remember my grandma had a great thing. So one hand cannot clap.
Say that again. Say that again, man. Say it again. Say it again. That's powerful.
One hand can't clap.
One hand can't clap.
You know, no matter how joyful you feel, if you're alone, it doesn't really help with that. It only really matters if there's someone else there to joy and laughter and to pass it on. And with the Working Action Group, this is what it is. You know, you are the one hand, you know, and then the other hand that helps, that makes it meet together, and applaud everybody. And I'm really looking forward to working with them. I remember when they first asked me to come and be involved in it, and then seeing how they've materialized with the promotion, see how fantastic the poster look. And I've seen all that, and I think all that kind of help our business when we do it. It's how you present yourself. And you know, I'm not just saying this because I'm on the phone and I'm not speaking to anybody in person, but I'm feeling very special because I know that they've done a fantastic job.
No, they've done a fantastic job, yeah.
I've seen the promotion and everything, and I think that's the key thing with working, is how much you put into it, and they certainly have got the full mile on this.
Okay. Well, the final question, Honorable Levi Roots, because I don't want to hold up too much. I know you're a very busy man, right? And the question will be, you know, I know you're an Arsenal man like myself, you know. I don't know that you probably share the same sentiment because they're not doing too well at this present moment.
Yeah.
You know, you know, they're forced me to get rid of this manager here, but we'll put talk still. But I mean, you know, what you want to say about the Gooners?
Well, it's a bit funny, because I tell you, I've never been one to ever disrespect the manager in any way. Even out of the 10 years we've been really struggling, I've always, you know, said, you know, give him a chance to remember where he's from and all that. And you think like the board. But nowadays I'm tending to the supporter that I am, and I'm not the board. And if you are thinking like a supporter, you know, I don't want to use the words that you're trying to hear me say, but I think change is part of the key thing for me to say. And I've stopped thinking like the board now, you know, I'm thinking like a supporter. I will change in what way it is, whether it's the current situation stays that it is, but something happens, you know, we don't mind that. I don't mind that, you know, or it's a whole new change of the current situation and something has happened, but something is got to turn, and hopefully it does, you know, after the season.
Well, Levi, will you be the next Arsenal manager? Would you? Because your fame and your celebrity, you know what I mean? I think you will put it right.
Again, I think it's a crucial question there, you know, because I think that's one of the key things as well that we've got to think about as supporters as well. If you say something's going to change, then who are you going to bring in?
Yes, true.
And that's the you know, the $50 million question, because there is a lot of names out there that you can really say that you can bring in that would be better than what's there, you know. And all the people who are better is already in safe jobs, you know, and is doing their thing. So that's another problem you've got to look at. So we've got to be careful if we say out, and if we don't think about who comes in. You know, conundrum.
Okay. Okay. And Levi, the final question will be now, is any talks of making a film of you in the near future or anything like that?
Well, there's one bit of secret I can mention is that I'm actually writing my autobiography at the moment.
Okay then.
My book I'm working on, and it's going to be explosive, as you can imagine. There is talks about a possible film script.
Oh, fantastic!
From the book. So just watch the space. I can't say much more than that.
Yeah, at the present moment, you don't want to leak too much out. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
absolutely right. Well, Levi, Dr. Levi Roots, it's really good to have you among us. You know what I mean? You really is
absolutely
a diamond, and it really is a pleasure. And it's just to need to say that, you know, this is your life, Dr. Levi Roots, because it's really been a...
Have you noticed that you've got the doctor, the honourable doctor?
Yeah.
Now, Levi.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
You know?
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Brilliant. That interview.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing everybody at the Work in Action Group. And it's gonna be a great...
It's going to be a great day, man. We're going to have a party down there.
Saturday. And I hope everybody gets their tickets to avoid disappointment. And I'll be asking you, Levi, to give a very special announcement on behalf of Working Action Group for our Action for the Homeless project as well. So I will send you a text about that. And just wanted to say thank you for taking this time out on the Tuesday evening. I know you're an incredibly busy man and incredibly successful as well, but at the same time, you're so ultimately humble and lovely. So I just wanted to say thank you so much on behalf of Working Action Group and my family, because my family love you. And they're all coming down. So just really keep up the great work. We'll all be coming down to your restaurant, which is Levi Roots Caribbean Smokehouse. If you don't know where it is, it is Westfield.
It was built, yeah.
And the food, let me tell you about the food. My goodness, I put on some stones because I like the soup, I like the fish, I like the patties, I like the fish cake, I think I like the cake, I like the drink, and me love the rice and peas. And me love everything.
Oh, well, that's brilliant. Well, thanks for
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay then. Okay, so that was Levi, Honourable Dr. Levi Roots, who joined us, and as you know, there's going to be at the Parkview Academy this Saturday coming, and you know tickets are going very, very fast. You still on the line, there, Juliet?
Yeah, I am, but Levi's had to go.
Yeah, I understand Levi's gone. I just saying that you're on the line. We do have Supreme inside the house. So, Supreme, you want to share anything?
You know something, Juliet? Dougie didn't even give me a chance to ask Levi a question. I wanted to ask him.
Do you want me to ask him?
No, yeah, it was just a question on the smoke, the Sunday nights that he has at his restaurant. Is it a music theme on that night, and what singers go down there?
Yeah, he has the first Sunday of every month, and it's a brilliant night. Unfortunately, because I'm usually doing children's duties, and it's hard for me to get down there because of the mileage as well sometimes.
Yeah.
But I have promised myself that for my birthday, I'm going to go down and celebrate on the Sunday. So yeah. I'm going to do that because I'm getting old now, so I've got to get as much fun in as I can.
Yeah, so I've just been looking at Sundays. I do believe from 7 till 10 there's live acts performing. And
it's
you know,
beautiful. I've seen it. I've seen the recordings of it. It's lovely. Everyone should go down there. Lovely reggae artists. Sometimes they have open mic.
Yeah.
You know, the vibes is nice when you watch it. Because I've sat in my house and watched people put it on Facebook Live, and it's really nice. Really, really beautiful night.
Okay, so on your birthday we'll be hearing you sing, Juliet. All right, then you can whistle.
I'm not sure about that, because if you've ever heard me sing, the last time I did karaoke, the only thing I can remember is Adrian doing a line across his throat with his finger, telling me like to cut. So I'm not a singer like Levi Roots.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to have heard about his latest tracks and his up and coming album. But I'm sure we'll learn about that on Saturday.
I was going to say, we do have to leave the appetizers till Saturday. Once again, we have Juliet from Working Action Group, and the event is this week, Saturday. And we have Levi Roots as the keynote speaker. We also have some other speakers on that night. Could you just give us a touch on the other speakers that are going to be speaking on that night?
Sure, yeah. I'm going to be brief because I know people want to call in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we've got a fantastic lineup to complement Levi, because it's all really about success and promotion of social enterprise, entrepreneurship, and being enterprising and building and developing the community. And we have Dr. Dorian Wilson, and she is phenomenal. I don't really want to say too much, because I need a degree just to read her credentials. This is how accomplished this beautiful, beautiful queen is. And she is so humble. She's like Levi. She's so lovely. But the thing is that she's made history. She's the only senior lecturer to head equality and diversity for a whole university. And that is what she's doing, spearheading change at Middlesex University. She is a leader. She is an expert. She is a leading expert in diversity and equality for the UK. She's a senior fellow. She's been the only black woman ever to have led on an MBA program. I don't want to say too much, because then I'll spoil the surprise for Saturday. But suffice to say, she'll be talking about equality and diversity. And that, to me, is very intrinsic and very linked into our success. Because when we understand it and the relevance of equality and diversity to every element of our working lives, our social lives, and our family lives, in particular in this country, the relevance of it is empirical and very, very, very important. I can't understate how important that is. And then there'll be Royston John. He's phenomenal as well. And he's had about, 32 years of working in personal development and business training and coaching. And he's the CEO of the NCBI, which is a National Coalition Building Institute. And he's going to be talking about unconscious and conscious bias. And they spearheaded that training in this country. And they've been delivering this training for 32 years. And he also has a consultancy as well, which is great. So that's RDJ Consultancy. And I'm hoping that both Dorian and himself will call in today, so I want to get off the phone.
Okay.
We're also going to have the Honourable Chief Benny Wender of the Free West Papua campaign. He's going to come and talk about the petition, and we want everybody to sign, because we really need to help our brothers over there in the Pacific, in Melanesia. We also have Michael Bassoon, who's going to be talking about international business. He has a few businesses, but the business that he'll be talking about is his first Eco Partners business, which is an energy business, an eco-energy business, which is international around the world. So there's also going to be Prophetess Millicent. She'll be talking about kickstarting your education. I know she's been on the show a few times, and she'll be talking about how to get into university and how they can help you to do that through Stillbrook College. In addition to that, we also have a presentation by ourselves, Working Action Group, and we'll be launching our action for equality and diversity. and also our Action for the Homeless project, which we'll be talking about our multi-purpose mobile unit for the homeless. So, and we've had some brilliant news, which I'm hoping that Levi will be able to present for us on the day. Also, we'll be having a wonderful, wonderful guest as well. He'll be talking about his media career. Now, a lot of us get these texts in our phones, and we see his adverts. In fact, he's done the advert for this event. In fact, he's done the media promotion in terms of the video and the radio advert and the sound, the voiceover for the radio adverts. And that's Mr. P. And he'll be giving a multimedia presentation just to show some of the showcase a few of the bits of work in which that he's done. And it's also his birthday. So I thought it would be great for us to say happy birthday to him. And last and definitely, I'm so excited, because every time this man talks, everyone gets to their feet. You know, he is motivating and inspiring, and he really talks sense. And that is Leo Mohammed. Last time he had the place. Do you remember? Everybody was just it was literally just everyone set alight. It was amazing. So I'm looking forward to everybody, and Levi. I'm so looking forward to Levi, because I know his story will motivate, inspire, uplift, and definitely, you know, start a seed in all of us to make change. I know that Dr. Dorian Wilson will definitely say things that is going to make us think differently about equality and diversity. And I know that the programming that we're going to get from Royston, when he's going to do the succession planning in the afternoon, is going to give us our blueprint for success. So, yeah, it's just going to be amazing. It's just going to be absolutely amazing. Plus the musical interludes. I'm waiting to hear if a special guitarist will be there. And don't want to say too much because I haven't got any confirmation yet. And also Wadada, I'm hoping that he'll be playing his beautiful saxophone. There are so many stalls, so many different businesses there. It's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. So I just want everybody to be there and to get their tickets in advance, because they're really going fast. And don't turn up on the door and expect, you know, that there'll be a lot of space, because there's limited allocation of seats.
Okay, I'm just conscious that people are trying to phone in, Sister Julia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to jump off. Yeah. Please let people know where they can get tickets from. I can give out your number.
I would do that.
Everybody knows. And if they can't, you know, get them from you, then go on to Eventbrite. It's on there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thanks very much. And I look forward to speaking with everybody soon. And hopefully tomorrow I'll call in to speak to you, Supreme, as well. So, so thank you ever so much.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, big love, yeah, fam?
Big love to you.
And big love to work in Action Group and my family.
Okay, then, fantastic.
Bye.
Okay, then, that was Sister Julia just joined on the line there. Give us some in-depth detail. Yes, I know that people are trying to phone in. The live link number is 07960 239 493. I need to make two very pressing points. Yes, you can get tickets from Body Music. Okay, then let me just take this call because I know I'm trying to. Greetings.
Yes, hello there.
Yes, greetings.
Yes, hello.
Yes, Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. This is Dr. Dorian Wilson.
Oh, okay. Hey, keep it. We've been hearing so much about you.
Yes, I thought, there's somebody else with my name. You know, it was me. So very, very complimentary. I'd like to firstly congratulate the Work in Action Group in association with Find Your Voice for being behind part 2 of the Building Communities Initiative, which is vital, crucial, and relevant to the community as a whole, and our community today.
Okay. Can you give us a little background about yourself? Because we hear something about you, but what is it you actually do, my sister? I know you're a lecturer, but just give a brief background about yourself.
Okay, very brief. I'm a senior lecturer at...
You probably need to speak just a bit louder because you're very low.
Okay, I'm a senior lecturer, is that better?
Yeah, just speak up, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yes, I'm a senior lecturer at Middlesex University, Business School, London. And I'm a newly appointed diversity lead for the university. So I create policies, procedures and implementation in terms of diversity and inclusion strategies for the university to be rolled out across the university per se. My area of specialism, no surprise, is equality and diversity across cultural teams, social inclusion, and corporate engagement. Yes, as Juliet pointed out, I was reputedly the first woman and person of colour to lead an executive MBA program in the UK. I still find that very surprising. I've done now 22 years service at Middlesex. I didn't go to stay, but I'm still here. Yes, I'm published. I have quite a few published research papers, book chapters and so forth on the topic. And even though I'm known as a diversity expert, to me, I'm still learning.
You're still learning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Learning and education, it should be ongoing. It is absolutely crucial.
So, what we have Supreme inside the house as well. But what will you be speaking about this Saturday in terms of what will you be focusing around?
Well, very similar to Levi Roots, the secret to success. What constitutes success, and giving and sharing insight to respect, self-respect, respect from the community and so forth. And what does it mean, really? Where does it come from? Respect is culturally situated. I don't want to go into details over the airwaves. I want people to come along and gain some insight. But I have conducted extensive research on cultural meanings of respect because it actually shapes and governs our attitude, our perception. We do not leave our culture at home when we leave in the morning. And even when we're at home or we step out into the community, we bring it everywhere we go. It shapes our beliefs and our views of what's good, bad, right and wrong, to the point that we don't take much notice of it, only when it's challenged. So I'll be giving and sharing some insight to how that has an impact on our behaviors and attitudes, and how we have a tendency to give others our respect. And often we don't realize we expect our respect back. But our respect in another culture could be disrespect and vice versa. So I'll be sharing some insights in that regard.
Greetings, this is Supreme. I just want to ask a question on diversity and equality, you said. When it comes to other companies, private, public, how does diversity and equality help someone of colour? Because it just seems like it's a buzzword and a token policies that people are putting in their business to me from the outside looking in. How does it benefit a worker or a person using a college service, or how does it benefit us as a people?
Okay. The diversity agenda comes from the fact that globalization has had an impact across wider society. We only need to look around and see the world, the community has become more diverse and more heterogeneous than it used to be. Of course, with difference, when we come in contact to those of difference that we're not conscious of, in general, people tend to be wary, cautious, or curious, or all of those at the same time. Policies and procedures such as the Equality Act of 2010 that flags up the 9 protected characteristics need to be put in place, but people can be mindful that discrimination is against the law, even inferred discrimination. So when we think about diversity, it is an opportunity that can be harnessed to gain benefits. Organizations across the board, like so many, like KPMG, who are champions, just one of the companies, PwC and so forth, Deloitte and so on, who realize that actually more can be gained from diversity than not. So let's try and understand it. Yes, let's face reality. There are some organizations that see it as a tick box exercise, i.e. pick and mix. Let's have 2 of them and 1 of those and 3 of the others. And as long as we have these policies and procedures in place, that's all we need. No, we're moving away from that now. Organizations like that are being exposed. No. They have to demonstrate that they understand what diversity is about.
Can I just interrupt there? But sorry, Doctor, can I just interrupt there? So who monitors people who do these policies? Because like I said, it can be just as a token, just to say, oh, we do have, because even the BBC admitted, even when they look on their shop floor, spot the black person, right? So, and BBC is a big, you know, we watch the BBC every day. So in front of my eyes, I'm actually seeing a company such as the BBC not even having a diversity plan themselves, because visually you can see, well, hold on a minute, there's 400 and probably 1 black person. I think they actually done a documentary around, because the person who was head of the diversity and policy himself was black, and he's the one that's sort of flagging up, hey, what's going on here? So who monitors that the policy is actually activated and working?
Okay, dare I say, every organization has an HR department, or they might have a dedicated person. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, because the world, dare I say, is in a glass fish bowl, people like yourselves and so forth will realize, hang on a minute, these organizations are bottom heavy with black and minority ethnic people, and less so the more senior we climb up the ladder and look at people in those positions, i.e. positions of seniority, that it is not as diverse. Organizations are subject to being audited in that regard, and employees, they work in the organizations, they will stand up and raise the issue that, hey, hang on a minute, when it comes to promotion, when it comes to policies that in essence are supposed to be enabling employees to have the same opportunities as others. But when it turns out, hey, the facts are there. Change does not occur overnight. And let me just drop my organization. I commend my organization, university, which is one of the diverse universities, one of the most diverse universities in the UK, with 30% of our students coming from abroad, coming into contact with those with difference for the first time. And we have approximately 40,000 students. And they represent people from societies from all over the world globe. My university's put itself out and recruited someone like myself on the basis of evidence, not on tokenism. Yes, I'm a black female. I'm a second generation of Afro-Caribbean origin. But I have not been recruited on that basis. As made evident, I would do anyway, but I would not use tokenism. And if I feel that I don't have some influence, drawing on my practice, my insight, then it just wouldn't happen at all. More and more women on board and realizing they have to move away from the tick box exercise, because people are crying out and saying, look, there's the facts and the figures. You can't ignore the figures. And organizations will be exposed to presenting and also making evident what approach they are adopting to ensure that they're more of all.
Hello?
I hope that answers your question.
Yes, Doctor, you're very quietly spoken. We do have some other callers coming in. I just wanted to ask a question on when people are getting interviewed and there's a what do you call it? An interview panel. When it comes to being interviewed, there will be, and I've seen it, an influx of black people or people of colour. One of the things I realise is that it just seems that we do go for the interview and we don't get the job, and then we realise, and this is something that I've seen, what do they call it? Nepotism in the workplace. Now, going for a job interview, or someone going for an interview and not getting the interview, are they entitled to find out how their interview went in writing?
Well, yes. Any individual has the right to ask and gain feedback to why they weren't treated for that particular position. If they can tick the boxes in terms of the job specification, the essential qualities and the desirables, then there's simply no reason why they would not be seen as an appropriate candidate